Testing, testing, 1, 2. Hello, everybody. I hope that everybody's doing well today. Normally there would be video game music playing, but the game that we're playing today actually cancels out the audio when you tab out of it. So we're gonna tab back in and pretty much get right into it. I think everything is set up how it should be. If it's not working how it should be, then I apologize. But I will hopefully try to fix everything and get it all working. Um, I'm going to be doing this game probably for a little while, at least, like maybe doing the whole thing. Um, but let's get into it. So today we're going to be playing Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. There, we got the music going. Uh, let's see. This game, it's one of the newer Sherlock Holmes games, but it is a prequel. It's kind of a reboot, and it follows a young Sherlock Holmes with his imaginary friend named John. Personally, I'm going to be talking about that choice throughout the series. I guess throughout this game. Uh, Not my favorite choice creatively to have him have a. Whoop, my cat. To have Sherlock have an imaginary friend named John, I feel like that's kind of odd for him to have two. I don't know, two Johns. It's too many Johns, I think. Anyway, I've played this game before, but I want to get back into it just for fun. And why not stream it, right? I mean, that's probably the best use of my time if I am going to do this. Phoebe. My cat Phoebe is crying right now. Okay. Let's get it started. We're going to do a new game, of course. But this game, while not being perfect, it's very cool, very fun, and kind of experimental in a way that is... it makes it stand out compared to every other game in the series. Okay.
Ginger, that's what you need. A mouthful of the good stuff and you'll see the back of any seasickness.
Thank you for your support, John. Don't suppose you actually brought any ginger?
No, I don't get seasick.
Terrific.
Don't worry, Sherry. We've almost arrived at Cordona. I can see land through the porthole.
So much for docking by tea time. The captain seemed more interested in his maids than in his maps.
Oh, is Sherlock grumpy? Cheer up. We're back where we grew up. It's exciting. What's changed? What's the same?
Ugh. I'm starting to question whether the weeks-long journey was worth it. Travelling all this way, enduring this indignity simply to visit a grave. Even if it is my mother's.
Ah, that's just Mycroft's nonsense, still rattling around in your head. Try to forget what he said. I have.
I believe it was that this is a performative farce, a feeble excuse to avoid responsibilities, and that there was nothing to be gained from it.
You needed to do this. Enough of the self-pity and doubt. So we're a little late. What of it? We'll retire to the hotel and visit her in the morning. It'll be worth it.
Thank you, John.
And if you want to notify the captain's wife of his indiscretions, I will not stand in your way.
Oh, at last. I'm quite ready to get off this cursed boat.
Come on. We'll go together.
But yes, I quite like this version of Sherlock. I like this actor, and even though he is kind of, young Sherlock, I think that it works. I think that he's cool. And, I hope to see more of this version. There is another game after this one with the same cast, so we will get into that. But, I hope to see even more. I love the Sherlock Holmes games. They're great. I mean, they're not perfect, but they don't need to be either. I want to see more Sherlock Holmes content, though, all around. I need more.
Hey, Sherry. Come on, catch up.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, one thing about John in this game is he is incredibly pushy and stupid and ultimately just not cool, not fun. Ultimately the worst part of this game. John kind of has no reason to be here other than the plot kind of just being centered around him. Phoebe, you're crying.
Sherlock, don't
Okay.
get lost in this huge garden. Follow the sound of my voice.
I'm right here. Okay. Sherlock is preparing himself for the rest of the game where he has to suffer. Alright.
Welcome to Il Palazzo de Lusso, sir.
So, yeah, the fact that John in this game is imaginary, he really truly serves no purpose other than just standing around and kind of having, like,
Welcome to Il Palazzo
things
di
to
Lusso,
say,
sir.
but
We just need your
he doesn't say anything actually important. He just kind of, like, acts as comedic relief in a way, but, like, also not that effectively either.
Would you kindly sign these papers, sir? Would you
Yes.
kindly sign these papers, sir?
Okay.
There you are. Mr. Holmes. Yes, we have room 221 prepared for you. I see it was reserved for 2 people. Would you like a second key?
Oh, no, I think we'll stick together.
Very good. Rooms are upstairs, sir. Welcome to Cordona.
Hurry up, Sherlock. I want to see our room. I hope there's a balcony with a view.
Yeah, like, he kind of just tells us to hurry up a lot of the time. Phoebe, come on. Phoebe. My cat is messing up my stream. Come on, Phoebe. Come on, Phoebe. Here we go. Okay. Owning pets is like owning children. Owning children, oh my gosh, yeah. Having children. Either way. So, this game also has a lot of time where you are just kind of walking around. Not to say that I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but more just to show there's a lot of that. This game is also hitching pretty terribly for me right now, and it's probably showing up in the stream as well, but like, not entirely sure what to do there other than maybe limiting the FPS, unless that would make it worse. We will see. Actually, it might have made it better. Okay.
Would you like a drink, sir?
I guess not. Now, what am I supposed to do again? Okay, I have to go up to my room. I'm just sprinting all around the place. I think it was 221. Must be Sherlock's favorite number. It'd have to be this way. But yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of time in this stream where I'm just running around trying to find where I'm supposed to go. But that's kind of the vibe of this game, you know? I am, you know, I've been tossing around the idea with my sister for a long time of what we would do if we had the creative reins on a Sherlock Holmes video game.
I
And
apologize, sir, but your room is not yet ready. Perhaps in the meantime you would like to relax in the foyer? Tonight the restaurant is offering a complimentary marlin ceviche to all our guests.
Let's check what they have on offer.
Okay. But yeah, just tossing around what we would like in a Red Dead video game. Or Red Dead, oh my gosh. Sherlock video game. Anyway, it's funny that I said Red Dead because I feel like a lot of the inspiration does come from Red Dead in terms of what we would want for the vibes. But you know, that's also an oversimplification. It wouldn't just be
Hey, Sherry.
like Red Dead.
Just our luck.
Watch. Oh.
A medium, John. Haven't we been through this already?
Come on, it's not like we've got anything better to do.
Fair enough.
Excuse me, sir, but I believe Mr. Galich is conducting a séance at the moment. Perhaps you'd care to have your portrait drawn while you wait?
Why?
Pardon me.
Why should I sit for a portrait?
Sir, it's art. It doesn't need a why. It is its own justification.
All things
This
require
guy-
justification, be they objects, systems, or beliefs.
How about art as the lens through which we see the truth of the world?
That's backward. Truth is not subjective and not complicated. It's just the truth. It either is or it isn't. You do not need a lens to see it, just an open mind.
Ha! That seems rather close-minded. Truth, like beauty, is in the eye of the beholder.
He reminds me of
So
Paul
tell me, what do
Bettany.
you see?
Oh, you drew that fast?
Mediocrity.
Come now, Sherry. What did he do to deserve that? The servant mentioned ceviche at the bar, Sherry. You should grab us some, and I'll find us a table. I'm starving.
Okay.
Okay, time to check if John found us a nice table for the evening.
There's John.
Sherry, I'm over here with my new Ursine companion.
What?
Cordona's even quieter than I remembered. It's going to be a long evening.
Ah, come now, Sherry. What say we amuse ourselves with a little game?
I can't see right now because my cat is in front of the screen. 1 second. Beepy, I gotta hold you, baby. Okay. What do you have in mind?
What were you thinking? Oh, promise me it isn't nonsense. After being cooped up on that boat, I am itching for activity.
No. As you can see, someone left a cane on our table. I simply thought you could identify its owner.
So it is nonsense. It'll take me a minute, John, at most.
Well then, you can deliver it to him as well.
Okay.
Deliver it to him. Then what are the staff here for? Aesthetics?
Stubborn, Sherry, too stubborn. You wanted something to do.
Slapping oneself in the face is also something to do. That doesn't make it worthwhile. But all right, let me take a look.
I don't know what to do about my cat. She is on one right now. No matter how many times I take her off my desk, she jumps back up there and sits in front of the screen. Phoebe, this is the last time I'm gonna take you off. Okay. Okay, come on, baby. Come on, baby. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can do it now. This background noise, I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. It's just like humming. Okay, let's examine this cane. It's got a
The hand grip
Hand
is
grip?
a head of a golden Javanese statue, probably stolen from a temple. The dents suggest it has been used as a bludgeon.
So, the owner of this cane is authoritarian and
A
abusive.
crest depicting a bulb of garlic in a meadow, perhaps the Fielding family or Meadows, or Craven, from the Old English name meaning garlic place.
Interesting.
The cane is made of ebony, it's worn uncared for, and bears the scars of numerous hits. This cane is an expensive and ostentatious weapon. Its owner must be vain, volatile, and of noble English blood.
Take it with you, Sherry. Let's return it to its owner.
So many terrible Englishmen. Wait, should I have grabbed it?
Alright, I hope you noted down your observations in your casebook. But how are you going to find this nobleman?
The cane
Well, he's
itself
most likely
is not
outside.
enough. I may have to ask other guests if they saw who was here.
Okay, so this is a pretty big gameplay thing here. In this game, and it's a little interesting, not in a way that I particularly enjoy, but they made it where in this game you have to pin evidence. So you've got your evidence book here. You know, each one kind of shares what you found. It also shows this symbol though, that, you know, this one does need to be pinned, and that symbol right there next to the pin that shows kind of the silhouettes and stuff, the people, that shows that I have an opportunity at the very least to be able to ask people that are around if they know anything about the evidence that is pinned. Excuse me. Okay. So most likely, oops, this man that we were looking for, this owner of the cane, has probably left it inside because he has went to go outside. That is my guess. So we can see here, Italian noble, friendly, has 4 children, not our man. We wouldn't want to look in there yet. Possibly I can ask the front desk or the bartender. Those are probably the 2 best options there.
Someone left their cane at my table. I suspect he will want it back.
My apologies, sir, but I wouldn't know how to identify its owner.
So the simplest option ended in failure. That's irritating.
No, what is irritating is you trying to break the rules of my game, Sherry. Don't be so lazy.
Shut up. Okay. Not him. Wouldn't be him. It would be somebody who is distinguished and solitary.
Would you like a drink, sir?
Let's see if we can't ask this woman here.
May I ask you something?
Of course. Stop me when you've had enough.
There were 3 people at the table, a couple and a retired Navy officer. Observers weren't sure what happened to the couple, but the Navy officer was seen going out to the front garden for some air.
Well, even with your
Okay,
keen
I
senses,
looked
Sherry,
there.
I doubt you'll find the cane's owner on your first try.
And would you be confident enough to bet on it, my friend?
Why not? Let's see how good you really are.
Okay, so he just bet that I won't be able to find the cane's owner on the first try. These people are new, so I clearly had to do that thing first before I could go find this guy. But this looks like this could be the Navy officer here.
May I ask for your assistance?
My dear fellow, you're talking to the right man.
Heyo. The Navy officer, Mr. Rhodes, was sitting at our table with a noble couple. The men talked about yachting, and the lady was fidgeting with the cane. Perhaps she put it aside, and her husband forgot to take it when they went to meet the medium. I see. Now I have a perfect excuse to enter the seance room.
Hey, Sherry, don't we now have the perfect excuse to visit the seance?
I'm just
I just
going to give
said
the cane
that.
to its owner. You will not persuade me to take part in this show.
Like, John, if you're gonna say something, at least say something original, not something that like I've already said or already thought.
Come on, if you hurry, perhaps we'll see the ghost.
Okay.
This hotel, this island, it's full of thieves. First my cane, now the diamond. Take your hands off me! Do you even know who I am?
What an odd
Hey, boy!
scene.
That's my cane!
I get that a lot. It's a very common design.
What? No, that's a custom-made.
A joke. A joke. It was left at my table in the restaurant. I thought it deserved to be returned.
Well, I'll be... It is rare to encounter a straight-fingered true penny these days. What a gentleman. But I must ask, how did you know I was the rightful owner?
Easy. He's a drunkard. He's got expensive clothes. He's a nobleman. He's got this ring. Doesn't wear a wedding ring, but he's got a head of garlic on his ring insignia, most likely because of his last name. And he's recently punched somebody in the face. Okay, an ill Englishman on resort or bored British nobleman. Let's see. Judging by the heraldic emblem on his signet ring, I think I said that right, and cane, I can fairly be certain that this man is Lord Craven, a noble Englishman in the habit of visiting resorts to receive treatment for his liver malady. His florid face indicates that he has succumbed to the temptation to drink a few shots of alcohol. Perhaps he was unsettled by the seance. By his red knuckles, I presume that he takes boxing lessons to strengthen his physical condition. Already annoyed by the disappearance of his cane, he is now infuriated by the theft of a diamond, unsurprisingly. I don't think that's true. I think, his florid face indicates that he has problems with alcohol. He's still physically strong and healthy, but in a few years' time, he'll be wretched. Being constantly drunk, he has issues with his temper, and his red knuckles reveal that he has severely beaten at least one person quite recently. His anger issues mixed with alcohol and, contrariety could make him a violent person. I think that is the correct deduction there. He most likely is here on his own accord and not trying to receive any type of medical help.
Simple deduction. Your cane told me everything I needed to know. I was after a strong middle-aged man with a keen interest in adventure, noble blood, and affection for strong drink. And if one were to go further, one may even be able to extrapolate your name from your heraldic symbol, Lord Craven.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous. That's me, Lord Andrew Craven. You are the real medium. You hear that, Emma? Well, you found my cane. Perhaps you can locate my diamond, too. Yes, you should do it. It will be child's play for you, Mr.
Holmes. And if a child can do it, then I'm sure the local police can suffice.
The police? Why bother? I know this harlequin stole it. The only question is, where is it hidden? Fine. Give me my stick and I'll resolve the matter myself. This thief almost confessed after a single punch.
I suspect a beating may result in answers of questionable veracity. Fine. I shall spare you and he the trouble if you first answer me this.
1 minute here. I'm just going to grab something. Okay. I'm back. Anyway. I say what happened at the seance.
You insist the medium robbed you during the seance. But what occurred exactly?
It was a dirty trick. We were sitting here in the dark, chanting and holding hands as expected. Then something began to appear from the medium, like a cloud or a bubble. The swindler called it ectoplasm.
Ah, yes. Common in the spiritualist trade, and quite the spectacle.
Indeed, perhaps too much. My beloved Emma screamed in horror, and I stood to defend her, attacking that cursed ghost.
Brave.
But my hand hit nothing. The medium jumped away from me, and Emma fainted. I lit the candle, and the diamond was gone.
Well, the wife probably took it. Tell me about the diamond.
How does a priceless diamond become the subject of a seance? It is an unusual accoutrement.
Emma wished to speak with its former owners. My grandfather told us it belonged to a Rajah, an Indian king.
So you were summoning long-dead Indian royalty, and, pray tell, you were expecting him to converse in English?
To be frank, Mr. Holmes, I don't believe in ghosts. But Emma was fascinated by the idea of meeting a real king, even a dead one.
Well, a crown is a crown. Can you describe the stone itself?
A yellow diamond, not less than 100 carats, and perfectly egg-shaped. There is not another like it.
Stay here, and don't touch anything. I'm going to investigate further.
Don't fret, I'll be keeping a close eye on this thief.
All right. Now we get to look around. I will say one thing about this video game that is a little bit of a bummer, in that, I don't know, this is kind of a small detail, yet also for me, not so small. But, you know, this game doesn't let you properly do first person. All the other games, more or less, allowed you to switch from third person to first person, and it created a very nice and seamless way of investigating every little, you know, detail in a crime scene. When you're stuck in one perspective, it's not terrible by any means. This game, it doesn't make it necessarily any harder, but it does make it, I don't know. I wish you could go into first person. This is technically the best way to go into first person, and it's just using the camera. Oh, that's interesting. But I don't really... Well, actually, no. I shouldn't say I don't know, because the camera does come into use in a little bit in the game, but ultimately the camera, for being one of the main buttons, you know, being the left trigger, it's relatively unnecessary.
This hefty chair has nearly broken after hitting the wall. Could one man even lift it?
At Cambridge, I was captain of the rugby team. It was no place for weaklings.
Right. Okay. We got ectoplasm on the ground. Let's see here. That appears to be the ectoplasm.
This must be the ectoplasm. Too bad there's not enough for a proper chemical analysis.
Ectoplasm. The ghost was here, Sherry.
There may not be enough for a proper chemical analysis, but potentially the ectoplasm could be recreated in a chemical experiment. We've got this brooch butterfly. It is quite beautiful.
This brooch is old and cheap, but
Oh.
the moth design has its charms.
Moth, okay. I see. I forget what the exact difference is between butterflies and moths. I know that, like, obviously, typically butterflies are a lot more colorful, but I kind of forget what, if there's, like, a main difference that really, besides the color and stuff, I'm not entirely sure.
There are light traces of rouge on the edge of this wine glass.
Rouge. What is rouge?
Half a glass of Balblair Scotch and the remains of a Paul Aranaga cigar. What else does a gentleman need?
It's a good question. Let's see. Most likely, I don't know. I was trying to think if this drink that clearly this was Lord Craven's drink. I'm curious if it had anything to do with his behavior other than him just being under the influence of alcohol. But he probably just is kind of a, you know, alcoholic man. You know, so this is a shattered glass here. Was there something in the wife's drink? They said that there was rouge. I'm not entirely sure what rouge is. I'm sure I'll figure it out.
The diamond was placed on the table so that all participants could reach it.
Let's see. So, anyone theoretically could have grabbed it. Although it most likely was not Lord Craven.
Quite a
We'll see.
display for the tremulous visitor.
How can you not love this stuff, Sherry? It adds so much atmosphere to the room.
Was this covered on purpose?
Of course. It is very dangerous to leave a mirror exposed during a seance. The spirits may become enraged.
Or someone may notice the trick they should not see.
Interesting observation there, Sherry. Okay. So, just a little example of how useless John is. Let's ask John what he thinks.
Ooh, I love the ambiance. Nice and creepy.
Okay. Is there any other thoughts that you have?
Ooh, I love the ambiance. Nice and creepy.
Nope. It's like that the whole game.
Find the stone, Mr. Holmes, and quickly.
Alright, let me talk to your wife.
Pale skin, quickened pulse, unsteady breathing. She's barely conscious. The feebleness of women.
Really, Sherry? Poor thing.
I think that she's playing along. I don't know. Something about her behavior here. Obviously, this is a video game, but something about her behavior here seems off, beyond her just, feeling unwell. Like what?
What happened here?
I don't know. The ghost. I summoned it as usual, but then it all went wrong. The lady screamed and pointed at Lord Craven. And there was a shadow. Such a mystical force. It terrified the lady. And it must have taken the diamond. Who else could have?
Let's see. Are there any spirits here now? I'm gonna question his abilities.
Do you feel the presence of any supernatural entities at the moment?
Are you joking, sir? My nose is broken, this maniac wants to kill me, and you're asking about the spirits?
I suppose this can wait.
Well, maybe relevant.
I will investigate, and the culprit will be identified.
But the stubborn brute Lord Craven blames me right now. As if I could do something like that. Perhaps you can reason with him? Please?
Seems like
Okay,
you're
I'll
ready to
try.
go into your mind palace, Sherry. I'm sure you'll make some good deductions.
Mind Palace, you say? Now, so A Mother's Love is kind of the main quest line, the main case, and then usually the other cases that are kind of the more like standard case, like this one, will go on this side. So we've got our evidence here. We know that Lord Craven punched the medium. We know that the lady pointed across the table. We know that Lord Craven faced the window. I think it's, let's see. Lord Craven was pointing at... Lady Craven, I mean, was pointing at the window. I'm sure she saw someone in the courtyard. I don't think that these are connected. No. Okay. Now we've got some other evidence here. So this is just the testimony regarding Lord Craven. Lady Craven must have seen someone from outside. I'm certain that someone was in the courtyard during the seance, a witness or an accomplice. I should check the area and see if there are any traces outside. Okay, fair enough.
It seems there may have been an unexpected visitor outside the window.
I hope it was the ghost of the Raja.
Doubt it.
Thank you for helping us resolve the situation, sir.
Find the stone, Mr. Holmes, and quickly.
Will I have to leave this way, or... Let's see, it would have been this window here, so... Can I just walk through? Okay. There is evidence of somebody here. Recently scratched, something stuck. What would this be? Ah! Looks to be a broken heel.
This looks recent. A shoe with a broken heel will surely leave scratches. All right, John. Do you think a ghost could leave this footprint?
I'm reserving judgment. Use your keen eye to follow the trail.
Okay. Looking for scratches. To track someone's movement. Oh, of course. I have to pin the evidence. See, this is where the pinning thing gets a little bit egregious, where it's like, I don't know, I'm trying to follow the trail, and then I find that I can't move on because I forgot to pin something, you know? Let's see here. perhaps I just gotta keep... Okay, I see. I see what it's doing. So they went this way. Went through this door. Through this door here. Ah, and then took their shoe off.
Size 4 with a broken heel. Rose Moore. All the maids in the hotel wear this exact shoe.
Hotel maid.
So, definitely not the ghost of a Raja? Unless... No, what a shame.
Our witness was a nosy maid. Searching the entire hotel could be difficult. Perhaps the other maids can help us find her.
This reminds me of the fairy tale, Sherry. Will you find your princess?
John, you have nothing to add. Excuse me, sir. Of course I can't ask him. Let's ask this maid here.
Help me, please.
You look like an honorable man. I have some information for you.
The staff said that Lucia got a scolding from the chief steward for wearing common shoes at work. She should be cleaning near the pictures upstairs now. Let's go check. Lucia, her name was. Cleaning near the pictures upstairs. We'll have to take a look. Now there's multiple paths upstairs, you know. I say that in quotations. And also multiple pictures. So we'll just have to ensure that we can find the right woman. There is a maid over here. Size 4.
Finally, there you are. One would think a maid would be easy to find in this place.
I'm sorry, sir. Do you need more towels?
No, no. You are the maid who saw the ghost in the seance room, yes?
How did you know?
Simple. You changed shoes after breaking a heel while fleeing the scene.
I'm sorry, sir, but if I may ask, who are you?
Should I lie? I don't know. I almost feel like I should, for the sake of, Oh, gosh, I don't know. Would she trust me more if I was to tell the truth that I am solving a crime? I almost think no. Because when you tell someone, you know, that you're involved with something so serious, it can make someone feel hesitant about being involved, getting themselves involved, where if you play it off like you are just an interested fellow, perhaps they would trust me more. I'll lie. Tentatively.
I'm a novelist documenting the supernatural and those who witness it now. Should you take a starring role in the tale, I will need your name.
Oh my. A book? And you want to include me? I'm Lucia. Lucia Saletta.
Something went wrong during the seance, Lucia, but no one will tell me what happened. You would be a valuable interview if you were there.
I was. And I saw everything with my own eyes.
Good. What did you see?
Describe what happened during the seance.
A lady and two gentlemen were sitting at a table, touching their hands to something. The medium started to whisper and chant, and a ghost appeared.
A ghost? You're confident?
It was unearthly, sir. It grew from the medium's chest. A glowing cloud or a bubble. I pressed closer against the window to see better.
And the lady saw you?
How did she... Yes! She screamed and pointed, so I hurried to escape, and I broke my heel. But I did see the ghost. A sickly, evil thing.
That doesn't prove to me that it was a real ghost. Do you see anything else?
And that's all you can tell me? Did you see any of what happened next?
The medium, Mr. Galici, he was doing something with the ghost. He grabbed at it like he was trying to catch it. And then I ran.
I suppose I should be grateful you endured these horrors for such a long time. All right, I have your account memorized. Good day.
You lied to the poor girl, Sherry. What a tease. She'll dream about being a character of that book.
Surely a pleasant dream is better than no dream at all, John.
Oh, let's get back to the crime scene. I always love seeing you explain simple things to simpletons.
Yes, I think that lying to her was the right move there.
Lady Craven retired to her room to rest. Lord Craven remained here until the staff reported that the medium was locked in his room.
Okay. So this is one of the few times that John actually like comes into play, and it's really, you know, it is just Sherlock doing his thing, but then they made it where you're playing as John because he exists in Sherlock's mind. Blah blah blah, you know. He's trying to grab it. Oh, I see. Well, we know that Lady Craven was facing the window, right? Right? Is that true? And let's see what this is here. Okay. This looks correct to me.
It all began when the lady screamed and pointed at the window. Lord Craven jumped up, ready to face anything, ghost or human. The medium shrank back in dismay. He was not expecting such a reaction and had to quickly hide the ghost. The lady was the only one left touching the diamond, at least until she fainted.
Yeah, she grabbed it. 1000%.
Amazing. It's like you saw it with your own eyes, sir.
Oh, I forgot that you were here. I guess I should discuss all of this with Lady Craven.
The Cravens are upstairs in room 226. It is one of our finest suites.
If the lady was touching a diamond, then she would have felt the ghost take it. What do you think it felt like, Sherry? A jellyfish?
Lord Craven said it felt like nothing. So, probably nothing? John? Okay, room 226 must be over here.
Lady Craven is not who she seems. Remember her behavior?
What actions by Lady Craven aroused suspicion in the maids? Son's bad acquaintances. The chef steals food. Cannot use a fish knife. Lots of guests this summer. Price is rising again. Made her husband drink. Is on the lookout. Okay, there's one more word that I have to...
Lady Craven?
No. Possibly? No, okay. Yes. No. No. Yes. Yes? Okay. She can't use a fish knife. I overheard two members talking about Lady Craven. They gossiped that the woman may not be the wife of Lord Craven. By their observation, she was on the lookout during the evening while trying to get Lord Craven drunk. They also noticed that the lady was unsure how to properly use a fish knife. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
You're here, at last. I didn't do that. I swear, I found her this way.
Well, I did have some questions for her, but it seems I've arrived too late. Now it's a matter for the police.
Mr. Holmes, you said it yourself. They're children. They'll only make things worse. You promised me you would investigate.
Investigate a theft, not a murder. Fear not. I will tell them all I've uncovered.
Please help me. The police will surely accuse me of Emma's death. You were the only one who can find the truth.
Fine. but only because it's slightly more interesting than the walls of my room. Tell me what happened.
Look, after you left, I waited in the seance room until the servants locked up Mr. Gallici, the medium.
Was Emma with you?
And was your mistress there too?
Oh, so you know? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Regardless, the staff took Emma to her room. She was still feeling dizzy.
So you didn't follow her. Interesting.
Where did you go next?
Where did you go instead?
Excuse me.
To the bar. It had been almost an hour.
I see. And how long did you stay?
I partook of a well-earned whiskey or two before retiring upstairs. Ask anyone there.
I will. Now where is the medium?
Is Mr. Gallici still being held? And where did the servants secure him?
He's in room 225. But that pigeon-livered man at the reception desk refused to give me the key.
Well, I will have to visit reception myself then. Perhaps he will listen to reason. Now we arrive at the tragedy at hand. So what transpired after your detour to the bar?
I headed up to my room to find Emma on the bed. I didn't pay her much attention at first. I was still preoccupied with that damned medium. But when I realized she was silent, I drew closer and discovered she was dead. What's more, the diamond lay right there beside her.
Oh, well, that is splendid news.
Splendid? The return of the diamond will be cold comfort if I live out my days in a jail cell. You must help me.
Let me see what I can find.
An hour has passed and you already have yourself a murder mystery, Sherlock. Why am I not surprised?
This is interesting. He's absolutely not a good person, but I'm not entirely convinced that he murdered her. But he's not entirely convincingly that he's innocent either. I'm gonna have to confirm his alibi. Let's see if we can't investigate her body.
Strangled with bare hands, judging by the bruises.
Seems to be a crime of passion.
Everything was tipped out of the bed as if it was searched.
Now we've got the diamond here. All that for just this?
This must be the missing diamond. A tremendous specimen, now forever tainted.
You think she stole the stone?
Yes.
It's certainly possible, but we won't get her confession now.
Well, there is a professional medium right next door.
Most likely she stole the stone, and possibly either Lord Craven had figured that out and had murdered her out of anger, or possibly another murderer. Potentially the medium, or potentially someone else. This has a false bottom.
Aha.
Same brooch.
This ring looks out of place among the others, and the design is familiar. Several £1,000s, that's quite a fortune.
Seems to me that she's stolen multiple things. And what is this? Ah,
Virtus Audacta Sapit, courage tastes bold. A unique family motto.
interesting symbol here. Is there anything else within this box? Perhaps I should look outside of the box. Although it does seem like there is something that I am missing. What is this? Interesting that I can't get really any closer on that. We've got this perfume bottle.
Corsage, rouge, calomel mascara, a real altar of beauty for the travelling temptress.
The mystery deepens. A victim with a checkered past and poor taste.
She clearly seems to be some sort of thief, con artist.
A remarkably
Weak
simple
lock.
lock.
Can easily be picked by someone with a deft hand.
I found these jewels secreted away. Are you familiar with them?
Ah, it cannot be so. That deceptive wagtail. How could she do this?
That sounds like a yes.
These items were supposedly stolen from us during our trip. I must have spent hours reporting it all to the police. And it turns out she had them all along. The trollop. I'd kill her myself, was she not dead already?
That doesn't sound very good. Although that still to me doesn't imply that he did it.
Do you recognize this ring?
Should I? It's a third-rate piece if ever I've seen one. I'd never buy something like this.
Did you ever see Miss Emma wearing it?
No. And why should she? I gave her enough jewelry that she could wear a superior ring every day of the week.
Okay. Interesting. It appears that there may still be something in this room that I'm missing.
So young and so dead. Another mystery to investigate, my friend.
I've inspected everything there, as well as this lock here.
Do something about it, Holmes. I did not do it. You know that.
Perhaps I will have to return at a later time, because I believe that I have inspected everything that I possibly can at this moment, unless it is referring to things in this side. Lord Craven, you promised me compensation for your gross misconduct in order to recover the cost of my treatment and quell the scandal, yet I have not received a penny. You know that I lost my job after your false accusations. Now, even after my innocence has been proven, I can't return to work because of my hand injury. If you continue to ignore me, I shall be forced to appeal to the court. Interesting. He's got his cane on the bed.
Someone was not happy with his post.
Anything over on this side looks to not be the case. Oh, wait.
Someone was not happy with his post.
Oh, okay. It's just the same. Okay. The letter regarding the stolen ring. Dear sir, I have to inform you that the theft investigation continues. However, the ring has not yet been found. We had to free L.O. DuPont, the servant, as we were unable to find any evidence of his participation in the crime. We will inform you of any progress in this case. Lieutenant Gavreau Marseille. Gosh, I hope I said that right. Police commissariat? Is that correct? Gosh, I used to be able to be, you know, a lot better with my vocabulary and like reading and everything, knowing words when I read books a lot more. I've kind of fallen off of reading, and I can feel it. I can feel that I've kind of lost
Do
some stuff.
something about it, Holmes.
Okay.
I did not do it. You know that.
I was just checking to see if I could talk to you anymore. We're gonna check his alibi and see if that holds up, because ultimately if his alibi doesn't hold up, that's gonna be a pretty big indicator that he is you know, guilty. Okay. Excuse me, sir.
Sorry. Maybe a guest noticed him.
Possibly. Let me ask these people.
May I ask you something?
I'll help you, sir. You have my full attention.
I found a witness who advises that Lord Craven spent only a short time in the bar after he left the seance room. Very interesting. Let's say he claimed that he spent some time in the bar before coming upstairs. So it is true that he was at the bar, but she did specify that it was short. Got some Mind Palace stuff to do. Let's see. He spent some time at the bar. He did have enough time to kill her before I arrived. That is true. I mean, he was in the room. But the murderer did have opportunity to kill her as well. So I'm gonna go with that for now until things become more clear. Emma was stealing. She... Okay, Emma had a history of deceit. Luca and Emma could have met before. Oh yes, that's correct. The medium also had a moth pin. Luca could know that Emma was the thief. If their paths had crossed in the past, Luca could well know of Emma's predilection. Predilection? Is that how it is? Predilection? Anyway. For thievery. I think it is possible. Lord Craven is an unstable man who cannot manage his anger. That is true. It is possible that the murderer left the diamond. So with this current theory, it says that the medium could have known that Emma was a thief and that she was trying to frame him for her crime. I mean, if Luca is the killer, and if he didn't take the diamond, which clearly he didn't, none of the, if the killer isn't Lord Craven, then it's interesting that they would leave the diamond behind, unless their crime was not about money. Okay, we need more evidence to deduce more. I'm curious though what it would say here. The truth enraged Lord Craven. Lord Craven is the killer. Gosh, I'm not convinced of that, so we have to, I think, maybe take some more time. We have to talk to Luca. That's, that is a fact. So I'm going to talk to Luca, ask him about the moth, and just try to gauge if he has any you know, any knowledge of her beyond this event. Okay, so I guess I still have to talk to Lord Craven or something? What is this?
Those are the sharp eyes of a man with a bright mind. Almost
Okay.
like mine.
Lord Craven, I have more questions for you.
I
Oh,
cannot
gosh.
cover for you, Lord Craven. The facts are conclusive.
No, I didn't mean that.
You murdered your mistress.
It wasn't me. You have no proof, not a whit.
Can I go back? Gosh, I actually did not mean to do that. Oh, man. Well, if we're going down this road, then I might as well try to use the actual evidence that I do have. So, accusing him that he found Emma with the stone is a bit of an assumption. And also saying that they fought recently is also a bit of an assumption. I mean, like, it's implied, but it's not factually known. He did have time to kill her because, I mean, frankly, even if he was at the bar, he was there for a short time, and he did, he was in the room before I came in, so...
A couple of whiskeys go down fast for an alcoholic. That left you plenty of time for murder.
That's ridiculous. I am no alcoholic.
Yes, you are.
And there are witnesses who will attest I was there for at least a quarter of an hour.
Can I go back? I'm not sure if it will let me. Okay.
You entered the room just as Miss Emma was hiding the diamond. Discovering that she was the thief was the final straw.
Preposterous. I didn't know a thing about it until you showed me her stash.
I also believe that, so it kind of sucks that I'm locked into this.
You have bruised knuckles and you look a mess. The poor woman fought for her life and you bear all the evidence.
This whole evening was a mess. You know I got into a...
Can I?
There's
God.
plenty of proof, sir. The police
It
would
won't let me
certainly arrest
go
you.
back.
You scoundrel. You said you would help me. I had nothing to do with it, as you will soon see.
God. This is frustrating. Like, I literally, I have to play this out. I literally cannot load my game.
You are dangerous, Lord Craven. Beating your servants is one thing, but murder is another. You will not get away with this.
I'll get out of this, Mr. Holmes, and I swear I'll find you. I will find you. Don't you bastards dare touch me. Holmes, you'll rue the day you gave me my cane when it comes swinging at your head.
Oh, man, that's frustrating.
If Craven wants to claim his innocence, he should be more careful how he talks.
Money talks too.
I'm gonna skip this dialogue because I'm not gonna let that.
Well,
I'm not gonna let that be the case. Unless it's too late. Let's see. What day is it? Ghosts of the Past would be it, I believe. Yeah. That was not what I wanted. So... I don't understand, though, because I could have sworn that, I was supposed to talk to the medium. So, we'll see. I'm gonna try to do it again properly this time. I don't think that was the right conclusion. I feel very wrong about that whole thing, and I don't like how it forced me into that either. See, this is interesting, though. It's not letting me into his room. Interesting. So, what evidence do they imply that I need to talk to the medium here?
This painting looks authentic, but it's just a talented imitation.
I don't know. This is odd. This is odd to me. So I'm gonna see really quick. So yeah, it only says accuse,
I am needed elsewhere.
which I'm not trying to do that. Oh, I need to look at this more. See, okay, this is what makes this game frustrating, right? Is like, I already looked at this. What more? What more is there? Can I go in? I've already deduced everything here. Inspected everything there. Inspected everything here. I can only accuse still. But I've inspected that lock. So, this is interesting because... Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit frustrating that, like, the key piece of evidence that I really should have been reading is something that I have to scroll here, but, like, it's not showing up here. All it's telling me here is that it's his alibi, but really, I should have pinned this, scrolled down, and then read that he told me that the key to Luca's room is in reception. Like, what? And by the way, if I didn't pin this specific evidence, if I just went to reception, they wouldn't help me. I have to have this evidence pinned.
Give me the key to Luca Galici's room. I need to talk to him about the events of the seance.
I suppose you are an impartial outsider. All right, but please do not give it to Lord Craven. We do not want to see our reputation damaged further.
Awkward. They still don't know what a nasty surprise awaits upstairs.
Hush. No need to cause another ruckus. The last thing we want is the police to come meddling.
But yeah, here's the thing. So, I don't know if it's very realistic in this instance for the reception to just give Sherlock the key, especially with Sherlock not really being officially part of this investigation. He's more or less a guest at the hotel. Would a reception, hotel receptionist, would they give another guest a key to a room that's not theirs, even if they were interested in a current investigation? I don't think so. I think they would give it to a police officer, but I don't know. It's just a little bit odd writing that, you know, it forces you to play that out instead of you kind of like solving this case on your own terms. Anyway, I've got this key now, and I could have just knocked on the door because he's right there.
I'm afraid I can wait no longer to hear your account of the seance, Mr. Galici. So please, tell me what you saw.
Lady Craven wanted to meet the spirit of the Raja. My conjuration was successful. Perhaps even too successful. I am sure the spirit was the only one who could have taken the diamond. Lord Craven needs to leave me alone.
Do you think the police will believe you?
Of course. I didn't take anything. And spiritual phenomena are beyond their control. Or should I summon the ghost again so they may attempt to handcuff it?
I think I would prefer to begin my investigation in the physical realm.
Alright, this is what I was wanting kind of to do the whole time, is I wanted to get a good look at this guy. Bleeding nose from earlier. Look at his hands. Trained in sleight of hand. See, this is a very important detail. This implies that he very easily could have picked the lock that led his room to the other room. Skinny, seems malnourished, so poor, most likely, if he is unable to properly feed himself. Slight discoloration of the skin. He's used a lot of makeup. Interesting. He's got scratches on his wrists. That implies, especially slightly bleeding, that you know, he was in a recent fight. So this is interesting here. These two different tales, to me, kind of say a similar thing, but I guess just one implies more or less that he was specifically a thief before he was a medium. Anyway, Luca Gallici is lean and appears malnourished. His nose is bleeding from a heavy punch. His hands and thin fingers are definitely those of a thief trained in the delicate work of pickpocketing. He used makeup to hide possible jail tattoos. He has fresh scratches and scrapes on his wrists from a recent and short fight. Thing is, those scratches weren't there, so that, in my mind, that damns him as the murderer. I believe he is more a criminal than a medium, and this is his new way of earning money by deceiving the wealthy. While that is seemingly all true, it's hard to say, you know, because this says, I think he tries his best as a medium, but his business doesn't go well, and he sometimes has to go without food. That's very very interesting. This also implies he uses makeup to hide traces of illness from malnourishment. Possibly. But this doesn't imply here that he was a thief at all, and I do think that he was a thief. So, but at the same time, excuse me, I believe that he also possibly tries his best at his job. It's hard to say if he was trying to, like, you know, swindle per se more than what mediums already do, you know. He seems to me like a pretty legit medium, other than obviously he's lying, you know. But it's something that he does to feed himself, you know? So therefore I think he does try his best.
I have shocking news that changes your situation entirely. Oh, no, wait. What am I thinking? The spirits will have told you this already.
I'm not in the necessary state for summoning. The spirits prefer clarity of mind and soul. Please, tell me.
Lady Craven died in the very next room while you were in here. Did you not hear anything?
What? How? In fact, I did hear noises. That Craven is a very loud man, but I never thought he would do that to his wife.
Well,
I don't know.
To be a medium.
I think
Perhaps
he's
you can
lying.
ask her spirit why.
What? No, it's too dangerous.
Oh well, at least I can make the dead talk.
Okay. I think I should ask about those scratches.
Those scratches on your hands look rather painful. What happened to you?
It was those savage servants. They were so rough bringing me here as if I was trying to escape. When I'm free, I'll demand compensation.
I don't know. What do you guys think? That could be true, but those scratches are very specific. They're on his wrists, you know, like, would the servants, they could have grabbed him by the wrist, but would they have scratched him in such a way? Those felt, or not felt, they looked very, like they were from self-defense.
I need to go.
I'd like to look at his belongings.
Travel with your books, Mr. Gallici?
I do. In my line of work, one needs resources available to help deal with the unpredictable and unworldly.
Okay.
Someone is making the most of his stay.
Can you blame the man? I'd say he's not ordering enough.
Yeah, I mean, he probably should be eating, although his anxiety is probably preventing him from being very hungry at the moment.
Tools
And
and
adrenaline.
accessories for masterful prestidigitation.
Or weapons and defenses against visitors from the great beyond.
Nope.
A familiar substance. It's the ectoplasm that stained the seance table, but this time there's enough for analysis.
Oh, perfect. Time for some chemical analysis. In the old games, you had to do all chemical experiments at Baker Street, although this game doesn't have any specific place like that, so they just kind of let you do it wherever you are. But either way, interesting stuff. So basically this just works like, you know, each card at the bottom here is assigned a symbol and a number, and then this here is the ultimate solution, and it kind of works in a way like you know, algebra or whatever. Basically you're just plugging in the you know, plugging in the things to get the answer that was already provided to figure out the equation, more or less. So you have to link them. Now what is this? I forget. Is this something? Oh yes, this is ultimately what we need. So this here shows addition. So we've got these here. We're gonna bring them like this. Gonna put this in the middle. Gonna connect these so it matches here, the same solution, and we connect this to the solution and confirm. The reaction shows that it is a rubber latex, interesting, mixed with phosphorus. As much as this chemical element is dangerous to hold in the mouth, I'm quite disappointed. I expected to find something trickier. Is this man potentially endangering his own health and life by his own trickery? Interesting. I do believe that Emma is the source of those scratches. I do believe that is the case. So it looks like
this medium has burst, just like a rubber balloon.
Yep. It looks like we found most of our, you know, big evidence. I kind of just want to double check really quick. I'd love to look at this lock, but it seems like it's not really an option. But it would tell me a lot if I could. Thing is, let's see if we can't talk to him one more time.
That's a remarkable pin of yours, Mr. Galici. Does it have any meaning?
The butterfly? It's a reminder of a time in which I was truly happy.
What a coincidence. Lady Craven had a ring with the same design.
A coincidence indeed. I suspect it is a common theme in jewelry.
Maybe, but it also seems kind of specific and a bit of a coincidence / maybe not a coincidence at all.
Do you realize just how dangerous it is to hold phosphorus in the mouth?
I beg your pardon?
I'll bet it makes your rubber balloons glow impressively in the dark, but you'll regret it when the hypertension and vomiting sets in.
You mock my talents, sir. You shouldn't be so flippant about things beyond your earthly understanding. How ignorant one must be to compare a spirit's ectoplasm with balloons.
It was merely a word of caution. We both know how match factory workers look after several years on the job.
Yeah, so he He doesn't have the best judgments about his own health and safety. Clearly, he doesn't want to be outed as a fake, but at the same time, you know, he should not take what Sherlock said for granted. Now I'm curious if there's anything more I can look for in this room. It looks like John is the only thing?
So young and so dead.
No.
Another mystery to investigate, my friend.
Now maybe I can look at her nails? No, it won't let me. But I feel like that's gotta be important to be able to look at her nails. There's not necessarily any blood, I don't think. But it's a video game, so would they have really added that detail? Okay. I think I know, you know, who the killer is. I do believe that it is Mr. Galici, which implies, in that case, that the theory is that Galici was being framed by Lady Craven. They clearly know each other, so there's... I don't know. Clearly, Lord Craven didn't know her as well as he thought he did, and Mr. Galici knows her way more than everyone else thought. So...
This is all just a big misunderstanding. The spirits confirm it.
Right. Let's see. Luca is a murderer. Couldn't stop himself from killing Emma, even though he could have just told the police everything. It's not necessarily true. Someone like him going to the police wouldn't necessarily guarantee him safety or amnesty or, you know, any type of good fate. Luca fought for his life. Given his checkered past, if he were arrested, nothing could save him from a death sentence. That's probably true. And Emma knew it. It's also probably true. I will not stop him from fleeing to start a new life. Well, a woman was murdered. Even though she was a thief, it's hard to say, you know, if she deserves to have her death remain unsolved. This man feels like a little bit of a victim of circumstance. But he also chose to go in and murder her. But also he knew that if he were arrested, and clearly he was being framed to be arrested, that it wouldn't work out well for him. So he had a fairly good reason to do what he did. Thing is, I do believe that he is the killer. I guess the question is, do I believe that he should die for it? Because in some ways, making him go to prison is a little bit of a death sentence. Whether or not he is, you know, actually executed, he's clearly malnourished already. He's ill. The phosphorus in his mouth, you know, like he probably doesn't have much time left. And is it right to make him go to prison, where he will most likely die in prison? He did murder this woman, but this woman also was a thief. She stole and framed this man, and more or less intended for him to die, so that she could go on. So I do think helping him escape probably is the best option in this regard. Okay. Here we go.
Luca Gallici, I know you murdered Lady Craven, and I can prove it.
That would be a grand story for the newspapers. But where's your proof? I was locked in here and could not hurt a fly.
Well, your scratches are damning.
Your wrists are bloodied, and there's no way a servant's manhandling could cause such an injury. It was Lady Craven as you strangled her.
You are fantasizing, Mr. Holmes.
You knew Emma was a thief.
As for the motive, it's obvious that you deduced that Lady Craven was the real thief. Of course, it helped that this was not your first encounter with Miss Emma.
I don't know what you're talking about. How on earth can you believe this?
I think the police will easily find the proof when they browse their archives.
Okay, and finally, you picked a lock.
Yes, the locked room. Good of you to mention it. I inspected the door between the rooms, and the lock on it is piteous. You could open it with a penknife.
So I am now a burglar, as well as a thief and a murderer?
Yes.
It is done, Luca. You will be arrested. Your best strategy now is to confess and hope your reasons were justified.
I don't know how you figured it out. But yes, I killed her. I had to. This woman could not get away with ruining my life twice.
Twice?
I knew Emma before she was a lady. I mean, she pretended to be noble back then too. But only so our gang, the Moths, could steal from those snobs. She betrayed us, stole all our money and disappeared, leaving us to rot in jail. I was young. I spent 3 years in that hell.
And tonight, she tried to set you up again. Did she recognize you?
She didn't. I came to her afterwards, pleading that she drop this farce, but she laughed in my face. I just remembered my time in the clink, all I suffered while she indulged. And I grabbed her throat.
Well, I'll give him a chance. I don't normally do this.
You already suffered at Miss Emma's hands once. I'm not convinced you deserve to suffer again. I can't help but notice the window latch seems faulty. Perhaps I should leave you here alone and fetch someone. I'm afraid it may take me some time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
The police won't notice your disappearance immediately. Run, leave Cordona, and try to lead a decent life.
I won't forget your kindness. I owe you everything, Mr. Holmes.
Stop wasting time. Run.
I feel good about that.
Open the door, Mr. Gallici. Don't make it worse. We know you're in there.
Imbeciles, why are you dawdling? Step aside.
That was good. That was much better than the previous.
I'm buzzing. Buzzing. Wasn't it fun?
A woman died, John. I was too slow to the truth, too hesitant to intervene. How can you...
Oh, lighten up. Those people made their choices. If you swan about with a diamond in your pocket, that's what happens. Wealth is a weakness.
So we must blame those who covet it.
With enough money on the line, Sherlock, a man will do just about anything. Even murder. And then we get to solve it.
I suspect you perhaps cannot grasp the true horrors of mortality, John.
Oi, I am aware of my perilous existence, thank you very much.
I must admit, even if the outcome of the adventure was imperfect, there was some pleasure to be had in the puzzle.
Well, Cordona seems more depraved and decadent than we thought. I bet you'll get another chance.
A bet, you say?
A figure of speech. Just a figure of speech.
Damn. Well, Take one last look at the view, then we must be off. It's time to do what we came here for.
Okay. So this is Cordona. They say this is where Sherlock grew up with his mother and Mycroft. It's an interesting, you know, interesting location, interesting choice. Much different from the previous locations, you know, typically London, for the other Sherlock Holmes games. But yes, I normally say this throughout the entire stream, but I'm gonna say it now. If you've tuned in and if you're watching, I just want to say thank you very much. I really appreciate everything that, you know, you guys do for me, and, also, you know, just tuning in. I think that is...
Come on, Sherry. Why walk when we can ride?
Okay, just a second. I'm trying to talk to my watchers, my audience. Anyway, just want to say I really appreciate you watching. Whenever you are watching, whether you're watching when I stream or if you watch later on, that, you know, it's all good, and I don't know. I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be able to do what I do and to be able to just have fun. And I hope to create a world where we can all do that together.
A free ride for every hotel visitor. Just tell me where to go.
Okay.
Is everything all right? If you don't feel up to it, I won't tell anyone.
It's just a goodbye, John. It won't be difficult. I've already come to terms with my mother's passing.
So you really don't remember?
To what do you refer?
Funeral. Sherlock, you were distraught. At first, I thought this visit would dredge up those feelings, but you've been remarkably level.
John, I think I was too young to understand. Couldn't fathom why she would leave me.
Perhaps that pain is best left forgotten.
On the contrary, it's why I'm visiting her grave. To remember her.
I thought you wanted to remember, Sherry. Concentrate, and I'm sure it will come back to you.
Okay.
I thought you wanted to remember, Sherry. Concentrate, and I'm sure it will come back to you.
Where exactly am I supposed to concentrate? John. Do I have evidence? Of course, I have to pin the evidence. That's why nothing was working. See, okay. Yeah, it's like maybe my least favorite thing about this game, other than John, but like, I don't know. I get it. I get the pinning evidence thing, like, in theory, or like, you know, it sounds good on paper, but they really make it where it just becomes kind of a hassle. I don't know. I wish that, like, you could just kind of... I wish that you could keep the investigation going based off of your own mind without having to, like, go in a menu and select something in order to make something work, you know? It should be able to work regardless. Okay, evidence is pinned. Now let's try to remember our funeral. Well, Mother's funeral.
Mycroft was adamant that we leave for London immediately after the funeral. He never told me why, but I saw how unsettled he was by the long requiem. The service was sparsely attended. Though my parents were buried separately, the pastor said they're united in heaven. I didn't believe him even then.
That's dark.
I wanted to see her one last time before the coffin was interred and say how I loved her. The chance never came. I feel rather faint.
You're fine, you're fine. It's over now. You remembered everything. It will get easier soon.
There are good things about this game. Plenty of good things about this game. And I think one of the biggest things really is the fact that the story does tackle grief and trauma in such a interesting way. Like, I wouldn't necessarily call it a perfect representation of those things, but I would call it good and experimental and brave. It's interesting for them to do this type of stuff with Sherlock Holmes. That's weird. I'm sprinting everywhere. One moment. Odd that it's having me sprint everywhere. Okay, there we go. The controller was glitching or whatever. Okay, so now I have to do a new thing. Bunch of flowers. Wait, what? Should I go back to here? Would it be these flowers? Oh, okay. I already had the flowers. I understand now.
A pocket watch? It seems familiar, John. Why is it here?
Rest in peace, Violet Holmes, 1829 to 1869. It's not that long.
Rest in peace, Violet Holmes. Goodbye, Mother. This watch was a gift. My mother's initials are engraved on it. The piece is in good condition. It must have been placed here only recently.
So someone was visiting this grave as well.
A candle in a small puddle of wax. Cannot have been lit for more than half an hour.
Is this really how you want to spend this time?
This is my mother's pocket watch, John. Who put it here and why? Are you not in the slightest bit interested?
Interesting how he's, I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Yes, I should go back to where we were, and I should see if we can track any trail of this mysterious visitor.
A man in fashionable shoes stood near the tomb. The size of the prints suggests he is approximately 5.5 feet tall.
You were about to tell me the make and model of tyre, but let me assure you, I do not care.
Okay, whatever.
Well, it was going to be very impressive. Come on then, the trail continues ahead.
He mustn't be far away to leave it unattended.
A portable easel was kept there.
A painter. And a picture.
The hospitaller cribs. If memory serves, they're located at the far end of the cemetery around an old tree. I hope that inspiration strikes upon visiting these beautiful vaults. At the very least, you'll enjoy the view. Yours, Mercuria.
Interesting.
It's stained with oil paint.
An artist working in a cemetery. Do you think he'd paint my portrait?
You're a figment of my imagination, John. He said the far end. Oh, over here. This seems to be our man.
Oh, it's that ridiculous artist from the hotel.
It's Paul
Be
Bettany.
nice, Sherry. Make friends.
Mr. Holmes, did you come for another portrait? No, I jest. You gave quite the performance last night. The hotel was abuzz with your name. I must say I was rather absorbed in it all. The fallibility of men. Such scandal.
It was a welcome distraction.
Oh, my manners. I am Werner Vogel, art enthusiast and gallery proprietor.
Mr. Vogel, I was perhaps too curt when last we spoke.
Speak no more of it. Travel takes it out of any man, never mind when this is your destination. Once I learned who you were, the pieces fell into place. Your mother was well liked on Codona in her time here. I was sorry to hear of her passing.
How did you come to possess my mother's pocket watch?
Oh my! It is quite something to witness those powers of deduction firsthand. Yes, I left you her timepiece. After her death, there was an estate sale. All of Cordona's elite picking of her remains. I couldn't let such a lovely thing go to those vultures. When I learned your name, I could no longer keep the watch in good conscience. It is yours by right, and I knew you'd find it here.
Thank you. I'd forgotten all about it, but the moment I saw it, I knew it was hers. Amazing what the young mind forgets and the older can recall. Rather odd, loitering in a cemetery.
I suspect you'll win, but I'm here for my art. There's beauty everywhere if you look, even in decay. A little darkness brings out the light. Now, a diligent observer might note that you too are loitering in a cemetery. What brings you here? Closure answers penance?
Closure, I suppose.
And what is closure? Mere proximity?
Understanding. Acceptance.
You didn't understand from afar. You had to come here to accept the truth of her death?
Of course I understand. She died of consumption, drowning in her own blood.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother.
I must have been misinformed. I'd heard otherwise.
Otherwise than consumption?
No, you'd know better than I. I'd heard talk of a police investigation, but Cordona is a notorious gossip. And what does it matter? She's passed on either way.
She has.
Well, I shall intrude no longer. I'll leave you to your closure. Do stop by the gallery if your travels permit. Farewell.
Are you all right, Sherry? Take as long as you need.
Whatever I need, it isn't here. We should explore Cordona. Perhaps there are archives that may shed further light.
So this is the map here, and it will kind of guide us more or less to where we need to go. So I believe that we need to head over here to the Cordona Chronicle. We've also got this here, which I'm not quite sure what it is, but something on the radar. Is it this? Hold on. Oh. Okay, never mind. It's just the icon for the cemetery itself. I thought it was an item of some kind. Alright, so this game, more or less, is open world for free roam, but it's really just this place, Cordona. But from what I understand, pretty much the entirety of the game takes place on this map. I am kind of lost. I mean, like, I'm heading in the general direction, but I think I am not necessarily going in the right route. Okay, Emperor's Aqueduct. We got a fair amount of hitching when we enter the open world, though. The performance in this game isn't the best.
Any information as to Mr. Galici's whereabouts. The cheapest news on the island. Thank you.
We've got a so Mr. Galici is still wanted for the crime, although he hasn't been found. I'm gonna see if I can't mess with the settings a tiny bit, just to see if we can make the performance a little bit better. It seems to be improved a tiny bit. We're still hitching, though. I wonder if it is the draw distance. I'm curious if I was to turn the draw distance down, if that would improve. Like, what if I did low? I mean, it's still hitching pretty bad. I'm curious if the performance gets much worse if I set it to epic. Honestly, I feel like the performance has improved a little bit. You know, I wonder actually if the setting that's giving us issue is VSync. I'm also gonna put everything on epic here and see what happens. Okay, VSync is turned off. we've got screen tearing, but that could be because of the limited frame rate. I think the hitching has slightly improved though. So we're gonna turn off the limit, and it is kind of performing better. I wonder how it looks on stream. And it seems to be working okay. We'll see. We'll see if that, you know, continues to work.
The press says, who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or nosebagger spurns local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh, you've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes. You care to tell your side of the story?
I'm quite certain I have no idea as to what you refer, and I am further certain I have no interest in indulging your gossip.
Gossip? The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring-do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
You already knew my name and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle. Advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives? There are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well, I think we can strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things.
What? What are you implying? Vogel's the man. Mother. Yes, yes. So. Grand Surrey, 10 years ago. How about current events? Maybe you'll try that. And perhaps this? Very interesting. Okay, so the year is 1880. 10 years ago, we were living somewhere in Grand Surrey. Police investigation. So... I mean, it could be here and then... officials? Or... I feel like we already tried these ones, right? Okay. Articles? Would it be then celebrities or... Interesting. It has to be that. Okay. At this point, I'm just gonna try every combination until we find it. Okay, clearly that's... Do I have the right... I think I do. I have the right evidence here. Interesting. I mean, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm... What's going on? Choose evidence with the book icon. Well, first of all, does this have it? Okay, so that's not even the evidence. I don't have the right evidence pinned. Do I have any of the evidence? Vogel's story. That is the one. Police investigation into my mother's mother's death. Grand Surrey 10 years ago. Okay, so 1870 because the current year is 1880. Grand Surrey. I mean, like... God damn it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what I am missing here. I have checked all of the combinations. Let's see. I mean, I don't know. Like, it technically doesn't punish you to like keep doing all the combinations, but at the same time, like, I don't want to, like, you know, waste everybody's time here. Am I in the wrong place? Okay, yeah. So you see how I'm getting all those notifications there? That just means that John has a diary and he writes he's just writing the same thing over and over again. Oh my gosh. So from page 6, he starts talking about how I start reading and how he hates that I read. And then all the way to page 9, he's still talking about how, wait, what? I just helped a woman deliver her baby, a little girl? What the heck? I hate John. He's one of the worst characters to ever be out of this game series. Okay, so I think the problem is I was in the wrong place, which is frustrating because there wasn't really an indication to me that the answer wouldn't be in the archives, or, you know, even in the not necessarily archives per se, but in the newspaper. You'd think that there would be answers within the newspaper, but apparently there's nothing. And I have to go to the police archives, which does make sense, but at the same time, like, I wish that, like, it was a little bit better at communicating the difference between the two, instead of just, like, kind of leaving that open-ended, like, I wonder where I can find more, you know, information about this.
Do this, Stark, do that. I'm not a clerk, damn it. How am I supposed to get those records now? Yes? What is it? Would you like to report a crime?
No, I wouldn't. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I want to use the police archives.
Wouldn't we all?
I'm serious.
So am I. Officer Logan locked himself inside and he's not letting anyone in.
But why the archives? Won't that stall everyone's work?
You bet it will. He's looking up all the thieves in Cordona over the past decade. Say one thing for Logan. He's persistent.
What happened exactly?
A tailoress from Scaladio's been robbed. Logan spent 2 whole days at the shop sketching the thief, and she still insists that it's all wrong. That shrew drove him up the wall, she did.
Would you mind if I talk to this tailoress? I could get you the sketch in no time.
Get off your high horse, mister. You think you're better than our sketch artist?
Actually, I'm quite certain I am. Let me prove it.
Well, I see no harm in it, as long as it gets Logan out of there. In fact, I need to look up some records too. Here's the address. Good luck.
Okay. I'm having a good time here. I hope everyone else is. I think I'm going to end the stream for now, and then come back to it later today. I'm probably gonna play more of this game because I am into it. I'm into, you know, moving through it and everything. But I also would like to take a little break, get something to eat, you know, all this stuff. So I'm just gonna make a new save. And, go to the main menu there. But yes, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and for giving this video a watch. I would also greatly appreciate a like, but, you know, at the same time, just, do whatever you want, you know? I just appreciate that I am able to record and able to do all this stuff and just, you know, talk in front of the microphone. I think it's a lot of fun. So, yes, I will be back. I will be doing more of this game, most likely. Excuse me. But in the meantime, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Anyway, it's been great, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.